Oh my God. Let's let's let, let's get let's get to let's get to it.
The cargo, wide body burst for the auto, 14 pro for the mobile, all the shows when I all go, jump in the booth, give them all blow, spit cocaine on the little blind day for the throat, probably cause I fought with your father, and I'm still calling it shots, I've been scoring since 02, freeze have been in them blocks, nigga, got to visit the docks, I'm on the yacht with my boat shoes, never fold up from the things I go through, started freedom thinkers just to raise up the stock, they need straight drop, I'm they go-to, my name Freezer, but I'm more like Goku. Need fire, I'm they go-to. My name Freezer, but I'm more like Goku. Take mine, but they all around the clock for. Can't take mine, so we're all around the clock for. For rap, I was always on the block for. After rap, shut down shows and hit the lab for. Plus for, split my thoughts and get a bag for. That's the last book from such. That's your ass for. Get clapped. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Names the hot at. Right hand, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. I jam on anything I am on. About to blow like I'm trying to keep my hands warm. God MC, I came in a man's form. When I return to dust, it'll be a sandstorm. Tell the people the master got plans for 'em. Pour a little liquor when I know my man's gone. Over bars, I'm never tender. With love, I force MDs to surrender. Ancient remedies that my girl would remember. I lie on, I'm a king like Simba. The people's agenda in my heart. Serve rappers a la carte. You playing yourself, you should have never got the part. This is hip-hop theater. In Broadways, I direct over meters of music. I'm the man, I'm the media. Landed on the planet like the rock of Gibraltar. My altar color is the color never alter. Ancient sweet, I'm the salt of the earth. Since the birth of a nation of Islam, they taught me to eat, to live, and to get calm. We keep shit.
You already know what kind of time I'm on, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know what kind of time I'm on, man. Huh? How much do I gotta explain it to you, man? You know what kind of time I'm on, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know what kind of... Hold up, man. Stop playing with him, man. Hold up, man. Let me hit y'all with some fire real quick. Man. Let's get into it.
So high you couldn't pass it with a Jewish lawyer. I came to pollute the soil, like the crudest of Lucas oil. When I'm off the top rhyming, come get your oodles and noodles boiled. Mr. Cooper hooping with the Warriors. I'm surrounded by shooters, it behooves to be super cordial. Woo. Smoking hookah through aluminum foil. Get you a bitch, you gon' poke holes in your aluminum foil. It's the small things you do to prove that you loyal. My women is spoiled. Broke niggas usually annoy you. They'll run off with a pack and send a goon to destroy you. It's crazy. The extent there goes to avoid you. This the type of flow to turn a human immortal. Cause I am the greatest, like the man I know what Tampa Bay is. Even Skip and Shannon can't debate it. I'm a patriot, I pull the pen out, then I hand grenade it. Fuck around and get it amputated. I'm contaminated with smallpox, they tried to kill the Atlanta native. Grandma Avis say we ain't related. The great grandson of a slave that Abraham emancipated. But being on these stages ain't the safest. I'm the fans' favorite, but niggas racist and can stand to say it. Put the resort to violence on some Mandalay shit. Check my credentials. I get you niggas laminated. Good riddance. Man, I used to have a kush business. Good chicken back in 02. I had them hooked with it. Bush wicked for $1 bill. I would push midget. I knew y'all wouldn't get it. Yeah.
Come on, man. Oh, my God. Shout out to Saha the Prince, man. Shout out to Saha the Prince, Freeway, Common, all of that, man. You already know what it is, man. You watching the Areola Rollercoaster podcast, man. Episode 46, man. We named this one, man, episode 46, Funny Chaos, because that is what the world is in right now. It is funny chaos all around us. You know, everything going crazy, everything going nuts out here, man. Hey, listen, man. I say it every week and I say it again to start the podcast out, man. Being a celebrity looks awful. These guys are having a horrible time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel good just being a civilian out here in this world. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody watching, man. Everybody checking it out on YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube gang. Shout out to everybody checking it out on Facebook. Shout out to everybody checking it out on the comedian Larry Starks page. Man, shout out to everybody checking it out on Twitter, Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you watching that, man, or listening from, your presence is appreciated. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Starks, and we in the building. You know, we took a little 2-3 week hiatus, man. I had graduations and took a vacation too at that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad to be back. Spent a week, on the water. You know what I'm saying? Took my first cruise. You know what I mean? Did a family cruise. My oldest son graduated college, and my youngest son graduated high school and on his way to college. So, we needed to celebrate that. And I took my first cruise, man. Jumped on the Carnival Cruise Lines, got on the Carnival Sunrise, and I can't lie to you, man. It was a 5-day long party. You know what I'm saying? It was popping, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Views beautiful. Had a great time, man. You know what I'm saying? It was good to disconnect for a minute, and it actually put me in a space where I realized that, it is a lot of people that don't know what life is like without cell phone signal. It is so many people that do not know what life is like without cell phone signal. Because when you on a cruise ship, if you get Wi-Fi, it costs money. $25 for a day, probably a couple $100 for the duration of the cruise. You know what I'm saying? Because when you cross these, you cross into different countries, it costs, to use your cell phone. You know what I mean? You do a phone call, it's going to charge you per minute. My daughter didn't know that, man. I got charged an extra $133 on my bill because my daughter was making phone calls in the Bahamas. You know what I mean? But, it was very, very, very dope. You know what I mean? The cruise was dope. It was dope to see my, you know what I'm saying, my sons and they friend, having a good time, man. They was hooping on the boat. You know what I mean? They met friends, you know what I'm saying? It was chicks out there with their cheeks out. It was booty meat everywhere on the cruise. You know what I mean? The food was good. Casino. I'm on a crap table, man. I was making it do what it do. Man, I got hot, man. I had 20 rolls before I crapped out, man. You know what I mean? We was winning big, man. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely dope. My dog Willie May said, "Can you swim though?" Yeah, man. Hey, he said he raising two kings on the way, man. On the way to great. Hey, man. I'm trying to, do everything for them that wouldn't afford it to us, man. And I'm coming up, man. So, if I can make it all possible, then I'm gonna do that. And I had some real good one-on-one talks with my boys, man. You know what I'm saying? Just picking their brain and getting their ideas. And it's kind of good to separate from them phones to where you can kind of get in that pocket, man. You know what I mean? My oldest son, he was looking at Miami as we was on the boat and he was seeing the city. And we spent 2 days in Miami before we took the cruise. And he was like, man, I wouldn't mind moving down here. And he said it kind of nonchalantly, almost in a sarcastic way. And I looked him dead in his eye and I said, yo, who is to say that you can't do it? Like, who's going to tell you no? And then his face changed and he's like, whoa. And I'm like, yeah. Like who's telling you if you wanted to move here, who can tell you no? You don't have no responsibilities holding you back from going and creating a life somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You got a college degree. You know what I mean? You can start wherever you want to start. The world is yours. You know what I mean? And he was sitting there, he's like, man, I ain't even think about it like that. I'm like, yeah. That cruise was lit, man. I had a good time. The food was cool. You know what I mean? It was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? It was very, very, very dope, man. And I recommend it for people who ain't never been on a cruise before. I haven't never been on a cruise before, and I'm telling them, I'm like, bro, here y'all are 17 to 21. Y'all already been in a different country. I ain't see a different country till I was 30. You know what I mean? Like, so, shouts out to that, man. The cruise is very dope. It was a lot to see, man. It was because I didn't realize that cruises was girls trips activities. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of packs of women. You know what I'm saying? You could tell by their outfits it was girls trip outfits. Everything looked like it was off of Amazon or Temu. You bought that in a set. You know what I'm saying? From head to feet, all of that came in a set, including the ponytail. You got flip flops. The see-through pants with the ruffles on them. You know what I'm saying? The top and the ponytail all came in one package. You know what I mean? But it was definitely dope, man. It was definitely dope. They had a ball. We had a blast on the boat, man. And I got out of my comfort zone a little bit, man, in the sense of just kind of, doing things I normally wouldn't do. Like for instance, my oldest was like, "Hey man, let's get in the hot tub." So they had like 2 hot tubs, this just public hot tubs you can get in. So, I'm like, cool. So we get in the hot tub, and like probably 5 or 10 minutes later, 3 young white boys get in a hot tub because it's a public hot tub, and they just climb in on the other side of the hot tub. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting here looking across from 3 white kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, this ain't, I got my shirt off. The water's hot. You know what I mean? I'm like, let me get out of here, man. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to jump in the pool and take a swim. So I jump in the pool. And this is the public pool where, everybody can get in. They got a few of them on the boat, but this is just one this at this place. So I got in, swam a couple laps across, did whatever. And I didn't I realized I made a mistake. I didn't realize how big of a mistake I made until I made it already. So I'm swimming. I'm going through the water, and I can swim. So, I'm doing my thing. Bing, bing, bing. I'm swimming through the water. And as I come up out of that water, and the water's all over my face, right? I quickly realized that this water is so goddamn salty. I'm like, eh. I'm like, eh. I said, get me out of this swimming pool. I didn't put into perspective how many people been in this water today. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put none of that into perspective, man. I'm talking about all the kids is peeing in the water. All the people that ain't took showers is jumping in this pool. You know what I'm saying? You got all the girls trip chicks with their cheeks out. All of this is in this water. And I done came up, and all of a sudden I just taste salt. I'm like, come on, bruh. Oh man, when I tell you I took the strongest shower, I I went in that shower, and I bathed my body at least 2.5 times. I bathed my body at least 2.5 times. You can't do it 3. 3, you end up beating your meat. You got to do 2. You got to do 2.5, maximum. Anything over 2.5, you're going to end up beating your meat. You know what I'm saying? You can only wash your body 2.5 times. I'm telling you. But, overall, man, it was dope, man. It was very dope. I had my sunglasses, so I didn't have to look like a middle-aged weirdo looking at butt cheeks, because they was out there, So it was fun, man. My dog Willie Mays said, I love the fact that your oldest was cut from Dunbar and did what he did, straight hustle. Shout out to the parents. And nowadays, parents kids ask to make the kid happy instead of getting into the grind. Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure, man. He got cut in 10th grade, and I realized that we had a short amount of time to make a real decision. You know what I'm saying? We had a short amount of time to make a real decision, because I always told him, I'm like, either y'all gonna earn your way into college or you're gonna pay for it. Either way you're going, so it's up to you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I could put you in position. It's totally up to you, and we'll go from there. So the opportunities came, we made decisions, and 4 years later, 6 years from 10th grade, 6 years later, he's a college graduate. You know what I mean? So it was a beautiful thing. Plus, on top of this, let me get into these comments real quick, because these niggas trying to roast like they really can hang with me. Like, come on, guy. It's me, man. Come on, man. Shout out to my dog, Kurt Machiavelli, man. Kurt said, y'all went down yesterday. I went down to Panama City last weekend, had a blast. Boy, I know you went down there and that salt water touched your scalp and caught fire, huh? He touched your dry scalp. It started smelling like fireworks outside, didn't it? You had to swim with a football helmet on, didn't you, Kurt Machiavelli, man? Yeah, you had to swim with a football helmet on, man. Come on, man. Grand Peasy, I appreciate you, man. Slam Newton. Slam Newton said, he said, "What's up, boy? Your beard look like Flavor Flav armpit hair." Okay, all right. Let me see what I can find for that. Let me see what I can find for that. Hmm. You over talking about armpit hair? Come on, man. Come on, Slam Newton, man. Don't do this. Your toothbrush came with a 1,000-mile warranty on it. Come on, man. Your toothbrush got 1,000 bristles on it. You you gotta brush your teeth like you doing a cabbage patch. This is how you brush your teeth, Slam Newton. You gotta brush your teeth like you doing a cabbage patch. Come on, dog. Don't do this. Not today. Said it's a saltwater pool. Triel said it's a dirt ring around the pool. That's hilarious. Hey, it probably was, man. Because all the Yas bed type girls was in that pool. And kids was jumping in that pool, man. That water was salty as hell, man. All that musty coochie in the pool. I'm over swimming through it. Come on, bro. I'm better than this. What am I doing? You know how you just come out of something and you realize that you instantly made a bad decision? I came out of the water. I'm like, hell no. I knew better than to jump in this water, bro. But this is my first time on a cruise, so I ain't know no better, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know no better. That's on me. You know what I mean? Shout out to Leon Butler for the super chat, man. You a real one, man. You know what I'm saying? Round of applause, man, for my dog Leon Butler, man. He said, God is good all the time. Shout out to Expanding Horizons and realizing the world is a big place beyond the USA. Let's discuss why men are choosing to wife women overseas. First of all, probably because, and let me say this, that everything I'm saying is in jest. I don't need anybody to take anything that I'm saying serious. This is the Areola Rollercoaster Podcast. Why would you take anything that is on the Areola Rollercoaster Podcast serious? Okay, so first of all, let's discuss why men are choosing to wife women overseas. First of all, it's always it's an old saying from the OGs, man. OGs like a man got to go out in the world and fight just to survive every day, and he would not want to come home. He don't want to come home to his place of peace and have to fight too. And a lot of times with Americanized women, especially ones that's very in tune to social media and they got the group chat, a lot of times you're going to spend most of your time fighting an internal battle inside the house. And I could see overseas women culturally not being into that. So that's not a thing that exists. You know, culturally being more feminine, you know what I'm saying, than a INDEENPP. Do you know what that mean? Type of chick. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's women in America are more masculine than they are feminine. That's not speaking for everybody, but it's a lot of hardcore chicks out here, man. These women are hard. Like, they won't fight, they won't cuss hard, they drink harder than men. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I can understand why somebody would just culturally want to live an easier life. Like, not saying that they need somebody that's a pushover, you know what I'm saying? But I think it would be easier to like not have to deal with arguments and, you know what I mean? Like extra insecurity and all this so extra, you know what I mean? It's like, not to say that they don't exist over there, but I mean, we talking culture. This is things that exist in our culture. And I don't think things like that are culturally normal in certain countries. You know what I mean? So, you know, that might be why men marry women overseas, you know what I'm saying? Or they just might be simply in love with a woman that just so happen to be from overseas. So, you know, it is what it is. Nick Cuss said, Starks, I got nothing but love for the creativity that you bring to comedy. Salute, my boy. Hey, I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? Messages like that don't go unnoticed. Comments like that don't go unnoticed. Real talk. Simply because, this is a one-man operation, man. I'm spending time away from my family to chop it up with y'all. And I don't mind doing that, man, because, when I'm passionate about something and when I believe in something, man, I'm gonna put 100 into it, and my kids would have it no other way. I mean, I can remember back in the day, man. People that know me know that I used to make beats. And I stopped making beats just because it just wasn't a fruitful enough market in Kentucky, and I didn't know enough about the expansion of like music and beats and all of that, like getting it out to people, because the internet wasn't that expansive just yet to where you could just have a page and get music out and do all, you know what I mean? So I mean, you had SoundCloud, but that was about it. So I used to make beats, and I used to just sit in the lab. I used to sit in the lab with my cousins. They had their studio set up, and I would make beats, and they would make music, and we would have fun because it was they started it. They kind of inspired me to do it, and it's like trying to looking up to my cousins. I started making beats, and I started getting good at it, and things was cool. And what started to happen was, they ended up, my cousins and them, and they ended up, they young, you know what I'm saying, making young decisions, but they smoked weed and all of that. So they would end up wanting weed or needing some weed, and they would pawn the studio equipment to get some money to get some weed until they get paid at, whenever the money come, when that next time ever they get paid. And I would pull up to the studio ready to make beats inspired like no other, and come in and the equipment's gone. And this happened like more often than not. So I felt like I was missing out on, something that we just don't know what could have turned out to be, something classic. It could have been a beat that, made hip hop history. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And once I seen that that was a thing that kept occurring, it was almost like a letdown. So I ended up saving up my own money, buying my own studio equipment, investing in myself, and building my own studio in my house. And I started making my own beats and selling my own beats to people and getting my stuff out to people. You know what I mean? And I didn't have to ever worry about my stuff not being there when I'm ready to use it. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say that's just how hard I go as far as being inspired to do something, or trying to get achieve a goal that I set out. So the same thing exists with this. I've this is my basically third podcast I've been a part of. You know what I'm saying? I started out with Straight Tripper Radio. I did Straight Tripper Radio for, it was a while. Like Straight Tripper Radio was popping, because that was when we had a Facebook group to match with the podcast, but the podcast, you could only listen to it on a phone. You call a number and it puts you into the show, and you could push one if you want to talk, and it'll put you in the call queue or whatever. So it was like, it was a big thing, man. I mean, I think at its peak we had maybe 1,500 to 2,000 listeners across the country on a week to week basis. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was something that we had to pay for out of pocket, and we started kind of growing it and scaling it to the point where it was monetizing, because we were selling merch, and we was doing events, we had parties and comedy shows and things of that nature. But the money dried up because we just wasn't doing that kind of stuff often enough, to the point where we paying out of pocket to operate the show, and the money's coming out of my account. You know what I'm saying? It's coming out of my account, and my two co-hosts are just kind of giving me they portion of it, when they give it to me. And it started getting to a thing where it was spaced out. It wasn't no beef or nothing. Like, you just, people had lives and responsibilities. So it started getting to the point where it was a burden more than anything. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna stop paying for the platform, and we're gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna stop, and it is what it is. And I left it alone. And right when I left it alone, podcast blew up. Boom. Podcast blew out of the water. Before people started making money with podcasts, we had been doing it. We was doing it. We called it a radio show. We just was having fun. People were saving the number in the phone, and they knew Thursday nights, call this number because it's going down. We got people calling in. We having fun, man. We doing challenges because you was in the Facebook group, and you would be in the Facebook group while listening to the show at the same time. So we could read what people saying in the group while doing the show. And it's like, man, I'm telling you, when I tell you popping, it was popping. We had haters. People was hating on us. They was trying to get the group shut down. Man, I'm talking about, it is kids that exist because of that group we had, Straight Tripper Radio. People started meeting each other and getting it in, and all types of action. I'm saying that to say, I should have kept it going, because we don't know what that would have pioneered, because right after that, I'm talking within a year, podcasting blew up. You know what I'm saying? and we stop. So what you see right now, this microphone, this is part of my original studio setup. I had this microphone. I done had this microphone for probably 10 years now. You know what I'm saying? So this is a part of my original setup. I got a board right here that I could play my sound effects. That's an investment. This camera that I'm doing it from, that's an investment. This MacBook, all of that stuff is an investment. I say all of that to say the lights, you name it, this whole setup, man, this is all, if this is what it takes for me to chop it with y'all in a quality type of way, then I'm willing to do that solo. The show started out with Sleazy and Goo, me, Sleazy and Goo. Sleazy's in Tennessee. Goo is in town, but Goo has a young son. We tried to make it work, but they have their lives and I have my life too. And we all comedians. So it just, the wires kind of got crossed and we wouldn't able to just kind of operate at the same time. So what ends up happening is you got to make a decision. We either stop the show or y'all do y'all thing and I do my thing. And these are still my dogs. Like I can call them right now, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they pop in on the show from time to time because it's all love. But I'm saying when you know what you have to offer, you just got to bet on yourself. I invested in all this stuff with no profit. The profit is me kicking it with y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? So, basically that I say all of that to say, I appreciate you and all of that I do, stuff that you saying makes it worth it, Nick Hughes, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, my boy. Round of applause for him, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people that don't take the grind serious. Like they I want to do this. I know I can do it, but a lot of people don't like working hard for stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with the 5-hour energy right now just so I can be on point. I was sleepy on the way here, man. But I'm I got to get it in. I ain't did this in 2 weeks, man. I know I was on vacation and handling my responsibilities, and I know y'all ain't tripping, but I got to get this episode out, bro. You never know whose ears it might hit. You never know who might be listening, man. So the grind is the grind, man. You know what I'm saying? Justin Frisbee, I appreciate you, my boy. He said, welcome back. I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Kurt McAfee said, Starks was running through the vacation video like Juggernaut running through walls. Yeah, I might show y'all that, man. Matter of fact, I can't show y'all that. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta share my screen. Hold on. Let me do that like that. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen with y'all so y'all can see that. If it'll work. It ain't gonna work right now. Of course not. Anyway, yeah, I made a video on vacation. You know how people be at the airport or wherever they at or at the crib and they jump over the phone and they end up where they at. You know what I'm saying? So one of them transition style videos, I did that with the whole fam, man. Like I'm one of them type of people. Like I don't mind going places with partners, but I just rather go with my family. Like I have fun with my family. Like we have fun, bro. Like I'm sitting there kicking it with my sons, man. I'm having a ball. Kicking it with my daughter, man. I'm having a ball, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like, Derek Johnson, appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know how we get down, man. You know how we do, man. Nick Cuss said, is that Notorious Big on your shirt? Yeah, man. That's the Boys in the Hood version of all the hip hop legends, man. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, Notorious Big, Nas, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? That's made by Manessa Art. His name is Manessa Art. You know what I mean? Very, very dope fusion, you know what I mean, of art. But, while we on our thing, I really want to hip y'all to something. I want to let y'all know something, man. Because this is a win. This is kind of just a win for everybody. But I want to let y'all know, like I was informed today. I found this out literally today, bro. I put in a lot of work. Like December would be my 14th year in stand-up comedy. And a lot of people think that being that you're a stand-up comedian and they see a lot of people come up really fast and come up quick, they thinking that's the way it's supposed to go. And if it doesn't happen like they seen it happen, then you're not quote unquote successful or making it. You know what I'm saying? When you got to realize that just being booked for shows and paid for doing what you do is already making it. You know what I'm saying? That's success. You know what I mean? So it's like, basically, it's been a lot of opportunities that I've probably fumbled or just missed out on in general because I had responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? And I've done a lot of work with expectations and nothing came from it. And you kind of learn to have tough skin and just kind of callous skin in the game, just knowing that the work you put in might not end up with a result that's satisfactory to you. You know what I'm saying? So you just do a lot of work and you just keep going, keep your nose down, keep grinding, man. You know what I mean? So what ended up happening was, I've done some shows and, you kind of try to get your content out there. You know what I'm saying? I got my special, it's a lot that goes into trying to get a special on a platform. I mean, a lot, especially when you ain't with a firm or represented by nobody. Doing it yourself is a lot of work. But anyway, I got a call today, and the call was like, Larry, I want to let you know that you officially got your first placement. And I was like, huh? What you mean? And he's like, man, you got your first place. Shout out to my dog Ross, man. My dog Ross called me today, man. He said you got your first placement on SiriusXM comedy channels. All the comedy channels on SiriusXM. We submitted some of your set and they accepted some jokes, some jokes out of your set, and they in the rotation on the SiriusXM comedy channels. You know what I'm saying? So you now will be, getting residuals for those plays and spins on SiriusXM. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? And the thing is, I was surprised simply because that's so long ago when I did that show where the recording happened. You know what I'm saying? That I forgot about it. I've done 90 shows since then, 1,000,000 shows since then. So I haven't thought about it anymore because I've done that quite a few times and nothing ever came of it. So you just don't know, you just got to do it. But I got the call today and he said, you got your first spin officially yesterday. And you know what I mean? He's like, so basically you got a residual in your account already, and I'm like, what? I'm like, you know what I mean? So I bring that news to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? That it ain't me, but we are officially on SiriusXM, man, with these jokes, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. First thing I did when I found that news is I called my family and let them know, man. And I'm like, man, we popping, you know what I'm saying? And so it's been a beautiful day, kind of realizing that some of your hard work goes, with notice. You know what I'm saying? It's not going unnoticed. And, I have no control of when it's going to spin on SiriusXM, but I'm gonna be on the lookout for it. And I know the time that I see it on the radio and I actually hear it is gonna blow my mind because I haven't heard the audio yet. You know what I'm saying? I just did the show. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear the edit. I didn't hear none of that. So, when I hear the finished product, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I have my phone on deck and I ain't tripping out. But you know what I mean? That's gonna be pretty dope, man. So shout out to SiriusXM and your boy Starks, man, from Kentucky. You know what I mean? It's gonna be popping on that joint. So if y'all got SiriusXM, you know what I'm saying, be on the lookout for your boy, man, because we own her, man. We got Kentucky on SiriusXM, man. You know what I mean?
Let's get to it.
Yeah, man. So anyway, the title of this episode, man, episode 46, we calling it Funny Chaos, man. Because it seems like life is just a funny chaos right now. All around us, bro. If you just look, life all around us is just funny chaos, bro. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? From the celebrities, you know what I mean? From the celebrities to like all of that. It's just funny chaos, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to look at some things, man, and just kind of I want to talk to y'all, man. So, I'm sharing this off the gram, you know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to see this, man. So check it out. This right here, man, it says, congrats. Eboni K. Williams announces that she's expecting a baby girl. I want to make this a little bit bigger so I could be right beside it, man. Hold on, let me get this chat off here, man. Kayla, I appreciate you, man. Kayla said this is your year and you deserve everything coming your way. I appreciate you, Kayla. You heard. So check it out. So it says that Eboni K. Williams is expecting a baby girl. If you know who Eboni K. Williams is the woman who went viral. She went viral for saying that the man that she wouldn't get married to somebody who drove a bus. You remember that? That was the woman who made that statement. She said she wouldn't get married to a man that drives a bus. He got to be somebody that's a quote unquote high earner. You know what I'm saying? He got to be somebody that's making some moolah, right? And a lot of people lashed out at her because it was like she was dissing a class of working men that earn just like the next man. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people just went in deep dives and tore her head off. The funny thing about this, right? The funny thing about this is she said that she wouldn't marry a bus driver. She wouldn't basically give a bus driver the time of the day. But her being pregnant is because she went to the sperm bank and just got some sperm from a sperm donor. So life got a way of showing you what's really up. Because what I'm saying is, you sit there and said that you wouldn't mess with a bus driver, but here you are at the sperm bank taking sperm from a donor that you don't even know where he really works at. The irony would be so hilarious if the sperm donor just so happened to be a bus driver. If he just so happened to be a bus driver, what if he had a job worse than that? What if he had a job worse than a bus driver? You know what I'm saying? What if he come on, man. What if he got a job at Walmart greeting people in the front? Like, what if your baby daddy is a Walmart greeter? Welcome to Walmart. Welcome to Walmart. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Walmart. Let me see your receipt. Hey, come here now. Let me see your receipt. You over here talking about you don't want a bus driver, but you settled for sperm donor sperm? Like you couldn't even get the organic sperm. You couldn't Hey, Grand Peasy, she's a single mother by choice. You talking about you. Listen, do you know how hard working bus drivers is? Do you know how much of a hard working man a bus driver is? And you settle for sperm donor sperm. If that don't say that I'm selfish as I can be, if that don't say that I don't want to be accountable for nothing, but I want to be in charge of everything, that's exactly what that says. She has stained the fabric of who she is forever. Let me tell you why. It's nothing wrong with being pregnant. It's nothing wrong with motherhood. It's nothing wrong with being a single mother. But the way you went about this is going to make it hard for any man to put himself in a position to be your baby daddy coming up, because you might have more than one child. Just because you have this child don't mean that it's over for you, right? Just because you have this kid don't mean that it's over. So what if you meet a nice man and y'all end up having children? He'll never be baby daddy number one. He'll just be baby daddy number two. And they're going to be like, who's baby daddy number one? They're going to be like, I don't know. They going to open up a brochure. They said he's from Wisconsin. Like, she let somebody take a turkey baster and put some brochure sperm in a coochie, man. Like, what are we doing, bro? They took a turkey baster, slopped it out of that cup, and put some brochure sperm up in her, man. And she got pregnant. How does this work? Eboni K. Williams, you got some explaining to do, baby. Because I guarantee you that it would have been way, way easier with a bus driver. Huh? Plus, that bus driver would have gave you some of that midlife crisis dick. He would have gave you some of that midlife crisis dick. You understand me? He would have gave you some of that. Hey, listen, he would have gave you some of that dick that, you give when you going through something. Let me take this out on you real quick, baby. Let me Yo, this is wild, man. This is wild. This is wild, man. Eboni K. Williams, she said, "Thank you, God, abundantly blessed and so excited to welcome my daughter in the world. He will give you the desires of your heart." Psalm 3, verse 37 and 4. Check this out, man. This is what y'all got to stop doing. First of all, y'all got to stop using the parts of the Bible that only pertain to you. Like, if you're gonna use the Bible, use the whole Bible. You understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna use the Bible, use the entire Bible. Don't just use the parts that pertain to you. You know what I'm saying? You over talking about he will give you desires of your heart, Psalm 33, 4. What, to be selfish? I mean, you know what? I'm gonna look at this from another lens. She did a man a favor. She ain't put nobody through nothing. Nobody's going to court. That's another man that ain't got to be on child support, man. You know what I'm saying? And cuz didn't even get to beat. Whoever's responsible, he ain't even get to beat. You know what I mean? So as one less man, they got to go through this whole rigors of child support. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll go off of that, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll let her have this. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's your world. It's your world, Eboni K. Williams. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? In other news, man, we got in other baby daddy news, we have a baby daddy that actually quit his job. He quit his job so he wouldn't have to pay $3,000 a month in child support. Yeah, it's a baby father out here that quit his job because she was trying to make him pay $3,000 a month in child support. And when he quit his job, they went to court, they ran the numbers, and he didn't have to pay no more. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to pay no more. Let me see if I can bring that back up, man. Let me see. Here we go. Let me see. Did I do it right? No, I didn't do it right. Anyway, let me see if you can hear the audio. I just play the audio then to make sure that y'all can hear what she's talking about. Because she sounds super duper stressed out, and it's hilarious. Because if you listen to what she's saying, it makes zero sense what she's talking about. Hold on. Let me see. Damn it. Here it is. Boom.
Making over 6 figures a year to work a minimum wage job at a fast food place just so he wouldn't have to pay me $3,000 a month in child support. Is that not ridiculous? He would rather take a massive pay cut than to give me money to pay for his kids. I'm just so pissed right now because how the fuck am I going to pay for my mortgage? How am I going to pay for my mortgage? And you can tell me to go get a job, but then who's going to watch my kids? Because putting my kids in daycare is going to cost more than my freaking house. So what am I supposed to fucking do? He's trying to act like he should only be responsible for 50% of the kids' expenses, and he doubts that they cost $6,000 a month. But I'm like, sir, I am doing 100% of the raising. I feed these kids every night. I put them to bed. I wake them up in the morning. I get them dressed. You're not doing any of that. So you should be 100% taking care of them financially. I told him when we first got together I was never going to get a job and he was going to have to take care of me, and he was okay with that. But now we're divorced and he's saying that he shouldn't be paying my bills. My daddy quit his job as an electrician where he was making over 6 figures a year to work a minimum wage job.
Think about that. She's mad because she don't have the upper hand in this, and she's talking about she's doing 100% of the raising. That's because you're keeping away from him. If you let him get 50% of the time, you're not doing 100% of the raising, which means when they with you, you pay, and when they with him, he pays. I don't understand why women, And I'm not saying all women, because I know it is some women out there that handle what they need to handle. But I'm saying, why is it women out there that want to see their child's father have less of an ability to take care of their children than he did before by her hands? Why would you put somebody in a position to, because it's not affecting, it's affecting him, but not only him, it's affecting the child too, right? Because if you hurt him and he can't take care of the children, then your children suffer, because the quality of person that he is not there anymore. And life is only so long. So this span of time, he can't really be the father that he really is, because he don't have the finances to do so. All because you want to seem like the more superior one. So let me take all the money from you, you give it to me, and it makes it seem like I'm the hero and I'm doing everything. That's just not right. That's just not right. It's not man versus woman. It's really right versus wrong. You know what I'm saying? The only reason you feel entitled to this stuff is because the law says it. You know what I'm saying? We want to abide by the law when it works for us. You know what I'm saying? But when it don't work for us, now we mad. Thus her making this video. You know what I'm saying? I say to all, if it's any women watching this, besides Kayla, if it's any women watching this is what I say, right? I say, even if you with a man and y'all end up splitting and separating, right? Y'all no longer together, right? If y'all split and separate and are no longer together, the better that y'all work together, the better friends y'all will be. If you don't try to juice him for all the money, maybe he don't have the money right now. I'm not speaking for deadbeats. We're not talking about deadbeats. Deadbeats is automatic. Throw him to the gulag. I'm talking about good guys. If he don't have the money already, the same way when y'all split, y'all trying to adjust to this new way of life, it's not going to happen overnight. It might take a little bit of time. It might take 6 months. It might take a year. But once y'all both find y'all rhythm, then dude will give you $500 out of nowhere. Dude to give you $600 out of nowhere. I got an extra 600, man. Go do something with them. Woonty woom, take a little bit for yourself. Now y'all partners. Instead, you want to take everything he got. So now for 6 months to a year, he got to function off of $20 for 2 weeks. You understand? Now resentment's in the building and y'all never going to be cool again. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man, you know, I don't want to take it there, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know,
Wage job.
on the woman's end, you know what I mean? I salute everyone that takes all these deadbeats down to court. You know what I'm saying? Because they deserve that. I don't understand how a man can exist, sleep, and operate knowing he got kids out here that he ain't taking care of. You dig? You know what I mean? Kayla said, I know somebody who quit their job locally for the same reasons. He made nice money. He won't pay child support. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, everybody's going to make their decisions. But listen to this.
Women know you love your babies, they're gonna fucking woo. Yeah, once they see the deadbeats, you ever notice deadbeat niggas don't get the problems we get? The niggas that don't give a shit, they don't go through the shit we get, bro. They be the ones chasing the dude. Won't you come see your dude?
Oh yeah.
I'm the one that, man, yo, shut up. You'll never see her again. Like, I'm like, that's ironic. The deadbeat nigga won't care to ever see her again. He don't get that. The first thing, you ain't never gonna see her again. Shut click. My man who don't give a shit, she never threaten him with that. No. That's like threatening him with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right.
Never, you swear? You swear.
Right, promise.
And you're not gonna come looking for me.
Wow, bro.
This shit is crazy, right?
Yo, dude said that deadbeats never get the problems that men that I try and get. That's a bar. Deadbeats never get the problems that the men that I try and get. If you trying to take care of your kids, they're going to put you through the ringer. If you're not caring about your kids, they're going to try to get you to come get your kids and be in their life and take care of them and do all that crazy type of stuff. Why is it like that? Treat your baby daddy like he a deadbeat and y'all going to prosper. If he's taking care of the kids, treat him like he's a deadbeat. Y'all going to prosper. Because y'all be trying to throw the baby on the deadbeat. But the dude that's trying, you want to take him through the ringer and keep the kids away from him. That's an oxymoron. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. I ain't trying to go with the gender wars. I was just erring on the side of right. Right is right and wrong is wrong, damn it. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Dig what I'm saying? You know? Let me take a little smooth music break real quick, man.
Cut the small talk, I like cash talk. Lady diamonds hitting, turn the flash on. I'm like Win Dixie, I get bags off. Baby got a pretty face, slim waist, ass off. I'ma get my own sack, bitch. I never had the bag. I ain't taking shit back, bitch. I said what I said. I was down bad, and they left your boy for dead. She say, girl, that fat nigga keep a loaf.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just needed to get myself some refreshments. All my drink is gone. All I got is ice, and I ain't want to crunch ice on the mic. You know what I'm saying? So I just needed to get a little refresher. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to let's give a round of applause, man, to Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, man. Shout out to old Martin Will Smith, man. Two legends in the game, man. Coming out with, what is it, Bad Boys 4? Bad Boys 4 is out in theaters now, and people saying that this is the best Bad Boys yet. My kids went and saw it. They said it was very dope. All I've heard was good reviews. You know what I'm saying? All I heard was good reviews about it. And you know, the title of the episode, The World is in Funny Chaos. Funny chaos. Because think about this. As legendary as the movie Bad Boys is, right? We know Bad Boys to be a very legendary movie. And even with that movie, man, you got people that just can't accept the fact that good things are happening. It's always somebody that is a killjoy that's trying to that just wants to be the opposition to everything good, right? For instance, Martin Lawrence. We all know that Martin Lawrence was having some health complications. You know what I'm saying? We knew that. We knew Martin Lawrence was having health complications, and he's not his normal speed. He's not as fast as he once was in his younger days. You know what I'm saying? We know that, right? We been knew that. And a lot of people see them doing press, and Martin might not be as quick-witted as he used to be. So instead of them enjoying the promo, everybody's in the comments like, Martin don't look too good. What's going on with Martin? Then you got people jumping in, well, you know Martin had a stroke, and you know this happened with Martin, and I'm telling you, Martin, man, and you know, something with Martin, and blah, 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 blah with Martin. And it's like, bro, why can't we just enjoy things for what they are, right? Why can't we just enjoy stuff for what it is, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, just one time, let us enjoy stuff for what it is. You know, I think them coming out with Bad Boys 4 is dope. On top of that, I think them coming out with Bad Boys 4 and Martin Lawrence doing a stand-up comedy tour. I saw Martin Lawrence in Toronto, man. And for him to be coming out with a stand-up comedy tour, I think this is gangster. I think this is gangster, man. I am going to that tour, man, because I want to see Martin rock. I want to see him be funny at this speed that he's at right now. Dig what I'm saying? Let's listen to what he's talking about, man. And shout out to old Marty Mart, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to old Marty Mart, man. You know, I think it's dope. I think it's dope that you know, Martin gets to be himself. You know what I'm saying? I think you know, him doing that in that interview kind of shuts a whole lot of people down. And it's just like, we in such a chaotic state, everybody goes for the negativity and not appreciate what goes in front of us. Like Leon Butler said, man, Martin Lawrence was the greatest host in Def Jam history. He's the greatest host in comedy show history. The stuff he was doing at Def Jam is so legendary that I was watching at times like, bro, what? Like, he got this place in total pandemonium, bro. Like it's man, as a comedian, as somebody who rips stages, I've had standing ovations. I've done well in shows, bro. But that he's doing, bro, I don't even think my body could process it. For real. In real time, watching it happen, knowing that you got everybody in the room on a string like that, bro, that's next level, man. Salute to Martin, man. And I'm glad that the movie is getting good reviews the way that, you know, people saying, and, you know, Martin's going on tour. And not only is he going on tour, but he's putting on a lot of young talent that don't normally get this kind of light. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's dope, man. He's putting on a lot of different other talent, man, to rock with him. So, you know, salute to him for that, man. And you know, I have this podcast for fun. You know, we have fun with it. We talk our stuff. It is what it is. And I think some people, some people don't need podcasts because this is a space where you don't need to be, if you have a voice this, kind of powerful, you don't need a podcast because it can be misconstrued in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? It can be misconstrued in so many different ways, man. I mean, because if you think like Stephen A. Smith, Stephen A. Smith, he got a podcast and he's sitting there talking about how Will Smith owes the black people a conversation because even though he came out with Bad Boys, we as a people still ain't accepted him back yet because he ain't gave us a conversation. Listen to this.
Chris Rock will never get over that. Ever. Will Smith apologized. I'm not saying he even has to apologize. I'm saying that while I watch him and Martin Lawrence promoting this movie, and I'm quite sure the reason he hasn't addressed it is because the studios don't want him to, and there's an obligation that you have with them. All fair, I get it. But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down and talk to the black community. You can see all the white people around Will all you want to.
You can't hear that right now? You can't hear that? Hold on. Let me run that back. Let me know if you can hear that.
Over that. Ever. Will Smith apologized. I'm not saying he even has to apologize. I'm saying that while I watch him and Martin Lawrence promoting this movie, and I'm quite sure the reason he hasn't addressed it is because the studios don't want him to, and there's an obligation that you have with them. All fair, I get it. But somewhere along the way, he has to sit down and talk to the black community. You can see all the white people around Will Smith all you want to. Black folks have loved and revered this man for decades. He was the closest thing to perfection, as his friend Charlie Mack once told me. Chris Rock will never get over for decades.
So you get the gist of that conversation. So I felt like, with Stephen A. Smith having the schedule that he has, right? He has to do First Take. He has to pop in on other shows. You know what I mean? He does his own podcast. He does his own, YouTube work. He got a whole lot of stuff going on, right? When you have a ton of stuff going on, you need buzzworthy topics to talk about in order to keep people engaged with you, right? So I'm thinking in quick thought, he's like, let me talk about how the fact that Will Smith hasn't apologized to Chris Rock, even though they out promoting this movie, and maybe that'll get the people talking. Well, first of all, it kind of backfired on Stephen A. Smith because people's like, bro, we been forgot about that. And it ain't for us. It ain't us that he needs to forgive. He needs to talk to Chris Rock. Like, we ain't got nothing to do with that. What do we have to do with them smacking each other? Like, that was just something that happened in the public eye, but that still is nothing that they need to explain or apologize to us about. Because at the end of the day, does that put any money in anybody's pocket? Does it take any money out of anybody's pocket? Both answers are no. So what are we even tripping off of? Didn't smack me. That's their problem. I know Will Smith. I respect the art more than I respect the man. And even with him smacking, that ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I'm just trying to see Bad Boys. And this is what I'm talking about. It's funny chaos. It's unnecessary energy going into stuff, going towards stuff that really don't amount to nothing, man. It's unnecessary chaos, bro. That's like I've been talking about on Facebook, man. I made a joke, and it's, with all jokes, it's a bit of truth in them. But it's like, you ever had them people that you went to elementary school with, that you went to middle school with, and you known them to be straight A students, you know them to be nice guys, they was the coolest dudes on the block, like dudes are just super good people. And then as we became adults and we turned 30 and started turning 40, and it's like all of a sudden these guys turned into real voice opinionated gangsters talking dudes. And it's like, when did you get this abrasive as a person? When did you get this, like, is this the only way that you can get people to pay attention to what you're talking about? I'm lost in this method of how you react, how you acting out here. You know what I'm saying? This is real deal. Like, it's a funny chaos going on, man. It's always people. Everybody knows at least somebody on social media that don't like nothing that everybody else likes. They have fun being the opposition because they feel like that makes them more unique and independent. I need to feel independent. So if you like LeBron, I like Steph Curry. If you like LeBron, I'm an MJ guy. Why can't we like both? If you like Kendrick Lamar, I'm a Drake guy. If you like Drake, I'm a Kendrick Lamar guy. Why can't we like both? If you ain't never won a ring in the NBA, I can't respect your career. Well, you didn't win one, so you don't respect yourself. Let's talk facts. Let's be honest with each other. People are in this funny chaos. Personality disorders. Dudes be out here acting tough, acting hard. Who are you proving points to? You 40. Why are you still trying to prove something to your daddy? You 40, fam. Why are you still trying to prove something to your father? Why are you on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook talking in all caps to people who are talking about a Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef? Why are you talking to people in all caps like you ain't ticklish? Like, fam, you 40 years old and ticklish. Leave this beef alone, man. What are we talking about, man? Huh? Like, we are in a funny chaos, man. It's like people are so weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, Stephen A. Smith, I knew what he was doing. He just wanted to be buzzworthy in discussion because his plan actually worked. Regardless if people didn't like what he said or they like shunned him for what he said, what he wanted to happen happened, which means people are talking about it. It's creating engagement, thus him profiting from it. So I get why he did it, but he didn't have to do that at Will Smith's expense because Will Smith didn't slap him. You see what I'm saying? Like that, he didn't slap you. So why are you taking it? You know what I mean? Why are you taking it there at this moment that they out here trying to do something good for the culture? This is Bad Boys. They don't ever miss. You know how many remakes and series and movie series that done went bad coming to America? You know what I'm saying? How high? You know what I mean? Like, you know how many series done went bad? This one is still fire, and you know what I mean? You trying to shut it down for no reason. Funny chaos out here, man. Like, I don't understand it sometimes, bro. I don't understand why people go that route. And it's just the internet. It's almost like how they talk about AI and how AI can become so smart that it can program itself and keep us out of the mix. Young in Music, what up? Be So Wavy, what up, though? And it's like I think the same thing is occurring with social media. So If you become a troll on social media and you troll so much unchecked that you'll forget how to operate on social media in a normal format, because now your whole purpose on here is just to troll. So regardless of what they're talking about, you got to find the way to be the opposition in it. Let me talk against what you're saying in order to make myself feel more valid. When in all honesty, you can just respect somebody's opinion and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's just like funny, it's funny chaos. It's unnecessary. You know what I mean? That's why I always take the time to get in the comments and fry people who talk crazy in the comments on my Facebook. Because I'm not going to allow you to feel like you getting off trolling me when I'm better at it than you. I don't troll people for my own, for my own ego. I troll people because it's like, bro, you're not just agreed to bully your way in here just to make yourself feel better. No, sir. Gotcha. Look at me do what you do better than you. Look at me. Now I'm blocked. You know what I mean? Like, this is how this happens, So, the world is a funny place, This internet space is hilarious, and it's a lot going on, man. Like, for instance, Bun B, we all seen Bun B, man. The story of Bun B, like a year or so ago, somebody broke into his house while his family was home. Somebody broke into his house, and they ended up putting a gun to his wife's head. Excuse me. They ended up putting a gun to his wife's head. And those actions alone is worthy of death in my eyes. You broke in the house. Bye-bye. You put a gun to my wife's head. Super bye-bye. So what Bun B did, what any real man would do, you can't put yourself at risk and hurt the boy and do all that kind of stuff. So you went the route of testifying against the kid and getting him, get him prosecuted, right? So Bun B's on the stand, reliving the moment. He's crying on stand, telling the rendition of what happened, and he's testifying against the boy who put the gun to his wife's head. As he should, as a man should, for his family. Tell me why people was in the comments talking about how Bun B's a rat. He's on the stand crying to get a man convicted. And that just goes to show where our generation is. You just had to get in the comments and be the funk ass opposition for no reason when it makes common sense. You mean to tell me somebody come in the house and put a gun to your mama's head, you not going to get on the stand and say he did it? No, I'd rather kill him. Well, you going to be in jail and somebody going to say he did it, pointing at you. We lack so much common sense in today's time. You calling Bun B of UGK a snitch for getting on a stand against a dude who broke in his home where his family's at and placed a weapon to his wife's head that could have took her life. She's affected to the point where they had to move out of that house. She can't even go over there no more because her anxiety's so high. She's messed up for life off of that. And y'all talking about he's a rat? Bro, grow up. We in trouble in the future, bro. We are in trouble. Because if this is what you call a rat, what do you call the people who's doing crimes and can't do the time? What do you call those guys then? Because I think y'all definition of rat is all messed up. Y'all keep listening to this music. Y'all keep being on YouTube and thinking this is factual, and y'all don't know what you're talking about. Y'all don't even know what the information that you're receiving. Feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Bun B. I would have did it too. I would have been at the crib stretching 3 hours early just to make sure that my arm muscles are warmed and relaxed enough to point that ugly ass nigga out. He did it. Him right there. He did it. I would have been rehearsing. I would have had my fingers right. I would have been, come on, bro. Yeah, all right. I would have went got a manicure, made sure my nails was on point, just so I can point and it looked good while I point at him. He did it. Him. What are we talking about? This ain't about being a gangster. This ain't about the streets. That's people's problem, bro. Y'all still think the streets matter. Don't care nothing about them streets, my boy. We don't care nothing about, real ones don't care nothing about them streets, man. We don't care nothing about them streets, man. I was just on my Instagram in my story the other day. And it occurred to me, dog, that I don't operate in negativity. That's why trolls bother me. I don't operate well in negativity. I don't like people to talk to me. I don't like people to talk to me about negative stuff all the time. Like, you know, if somebody say they venting to you, but all they do is talk about something bad that's happening, or they talk bad about somebody or something like that, it's like, bro, you're operating in chaos. And what people don't know is that rubs off and that stays with the person. You're dumping bad energy on them, right? Because when they leave, you still thinking about the negativity that they're talking about, and you end up frustrated. You dig what I'm saying? I do not like negativity around me. I'm a creative person. I'm a comedian. I write jokes. I say funny stuff all day. I make videos. You got to be in a good space to do that. I ain't the type of person that's built to take negative information and be able to just brush it off and keep moving like nothing happened. Nah, I'm going to be thinking about that 8 hours later. Dig what I'm saying? So I'd rather stay away from it because it don't do nothing for me. It don't help me out at all. I don't care about who's pregnant by who. I don't care about who got in a fight with who. I don't care about who shot who in the hood. I don't care nothing about that. My son just graduated college, bro. That's what I care about. The streets can't help me with that at all. My son is on the way to play Sunday on Father's Day. I dropped my son off to play Division I football, his first day in college, bro. You think I give a fuck about who shot who? Fuck them niggas, man. Care nothing about them niggas, man. I got business to handle, real business to handle. Y'all in a funny chaos out there for no reason, bro. Why you think I went on a trip with my family and not a bunch of dudes? Because y'all objective on the boat is going to be different. Y'all objective in the city is going to be different. When I'm with my family, we can enjoy this. I ain't got to look over my shoulder. I ain't got to watch my back. We all agree, have a good time. People out here, man, operating in a funny chaos, man. People be choosing to be mad all the time, bro. They be choosing the angry route. I don't get it. If you ugly, I understand. If you ugly, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? If you ugly, you know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? But people be choosing this route. You know what I mean? That's like, if I want to be petty for a minute, the only thing that I want to be negative about, and I've mentioned this before, the only thing I want to be negative about is I'm tired of hearing these stories. These stories about these teachers that are having sex with students in these schools all across the nation. I'm tired of hearing these stories, man, because it's messed up. I know it's messed up because it's you messing with a minor. It's an adult woman messing with a minor, kid. But I ain't talking about that. I'm trying to be funny right now. We telling jokes. I'm upset because a lot of the time, these chicks be bad. These be some cute ass girls that's fucking with these teenagers, man. I be sitting there jealous as hell because I'm like, bro, we never had teachers like that. When I was in school, all my teachers were built like porta potties. All my teachers was built like offensive line coaches. Put your back leg back. You gotta activate your trunk. You got a strong base. Like, you know what I mean? These teachers in these mug shots be little cuties, man. You mean to tell me at 16 you hit that? You hit a 35-year-old at 16. Y'all can take her to court and prosecute her and do everything you want to do. But I'm telling you now, that young boy got a story to tell for the rest of his life. Yeah, when I was 16, man, I had me a little 34-year-old, man. She showed me all the tricks, man. She was, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. What? Big jealous. Big jealous. What school district did y'all go to school in? What happened, man? When did it change and the teachers got fined? I had no sexual thoughts about my teachers. All my teachers was beat. All my teachers was beat, man. I never had no thoughts like that. Like, how does that even take place? Do you flirt with her and she flirt back? Like, what? You know what I mean? I'm jealous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm hating. Yeah, I'm hating. I think, honestly, y'all did right. These women deserve to go to jail for messing with underage kids. And I feel like the teachers that I had growing up should go to jail too, just for, not even being cute enough to even get involved in any of that. Like, y'all was hit. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, my teacher, I had an English teacher, man, Beaumont Middle School, man. I had an English teacher, man. I don't want to say a name, man, because I don't know whose parent that is. I don't know whose auntie that is. But she looked like the Black Ghostbuster. Ernie Hudson. She looked like Ernie Hudson. She looked like the Black Ghostbuster. For real. She looked like the Black Ghostbuster, man. I'm not capping to you, man. She looked like the Black Ghostbuster, man. Nowadays, these teachers be having fat asses, body banging, you know what I mean? Instagram popping, and they letting a 16-year-old beat it. What? Over jealous of the vibe. Not that I want to hit them chicks, but I'm just saying the ability that they got that, you know what I'm saying? That's just wild material, man. I want to take a quick commercial break so I can crush some ice, man. I need some ice in my life, man. So let me go to this commercial break real quick. You feel me? Show you what this merch do. New merch just dropped, you know what I mean? Check it out. Dun. Yeah, what you seeing, man, is the new merch, man. We got that Areola. We got that Areola's logo, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check that out, man. That Areola's logo. You know what I'm saying? And I call it Areola's, man. You know what I'm saying? Areola, man, to the rescue. You know what I mean? It's a great Father's Day gift. You know what I mean? Go to the web store. I'm gonna put the QR code up here. You know what I mean? You can check it out. That's one of my newer designs. You know what I'm saying? Even this QR code is gonna take you to the store. You can see all the, if you go to the main page, you can see all the shirts, you know what I mean, and all the designs and all of that, man. And it's a play off the Superman stuff, and it's real dope material, man. You know what I'm saying? So check out the merch store, rock with it, you know what I mean, and make it do what it do ski. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me go back to what I'm doing. All right. Go back to what I'm doing. Okay. Now we back. In other news, man. In other news, you dig? Other news.
Let's get to it.
Wrapping up. I just need y'all to know, man. And this is just a question I need you to, to ask yourself, man. Chris Brown concert. Chris Brown is on tour right now, so it's a lot of concerts going on. And Chris Brown is the king of the $1,000 meet and greet. The thing about it, he's charging these women $1,000 to do a meet and greet with him, and they're paying it. I think it's $1,100 actually. And what's starting to happen is stories like this one. Stories like meet and greets are leading to relationships breaking up. Yeah, they leading to relationships breaking up. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all thoughts on this. I want y'all thoughts. A lot of people are trying to figure out why boys are breaking up with their girlfriends for going to a Chris Brown concert. Of course, women's gonna play it like, oh, he's just not secure in himself, and oh, he's jealous and he's insecure, and da 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 da. He don't want her to have fun and won't you won't. But somebody said some real shit on Facebook. It was man, listen, it was so real. I was like, wow, women don't have a comeback for this one. Dude said on Facebook, he said, so y'all don't want to go 50-50 with a man that you in a relationship with or that you're married to when living with each other, but you'll pay $1,100 for a picture with Chris Brown. Oh my God. You won't go 50-50 in a relationship, but you'll pay Chris Brown $1,100 for a picture with him. My thing is this. If we sitting here and we live together and we 50-50 on bills, even if we 50-50 on bills, I don't think a man would have a problem with you going to see Chris Brown because he's an entertainer and he's a damn good entertainer. The problem is if we sitting here going 50-50 and we in the struggle right now and you take $1,100 of our money, and I say our money because if we over here in the struggle together, then sometimes if I slip and fall, I'm going to need you. Or when you slip and fall, you going to need me. So what ends up happening is that causes a rift because if you give Chris Brown $1,100 for a picture and then all of a sudden you can't make your end of the bills, who you going to depend on? Mm-hmm. Who you going to depend on? All of a sudden you short on bills and you got to ask you got to ask your man for some money to help pay your end of the bills because you done gave all your money to Chris Brown. Make it make sense. That's part of the reason why people are breaking up with these girls because that just proves some loyalty. It's like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. And I'm not great at pointing no fingers. I mean, people that's real good at using calculators can do the math, but I'm gonna tell you something, man. If she got a crush on a man, the only reason that she ain't fuck that man is because she ain't had the opportunity to. Trust what I'm telling you. If she got a crush on a celebrity, a star, it's a 1% chance that you'll be in the same vicinity as them ever in your life. So when you get that opportunity, you think she's going to turn down that action to have this story to tell for life? She will value that story more than your relationship. Believe what I'm telling you. Believe what I'm telling you. So if a girl's willing to go to a Chris Brown concert and pay $1,100 for a picture, guess what else she's willing to do? You ain't got to believe me. I just so happen to be in the industry where I know a lot of people that's famous. I know a lot of athletes. I know engineers. I know producers. I know comedians. I know TV people. Just imagine what they'd do in the room, especially if nobody knows about. Bro, stop playing. So it makes sense why people are breaking up with them women that are going to this concert. I'm not saying that's something that I would do. I wouldn't go for it. If I'm with you, you're not paying Chris Brown $1,100 for a picture. You're not doing that. It ain't about disrespecting me. You disrespecting your father. You know what I mean? You disrespecting your father. Father's Day is Sunday. You can't tell me that them chicks that paid Chris Brown $1,100 spent the same amount of money or more on their father for Father's Day. Stop me when I stop making sense. You can't tell me that those chicks that got those pictures with Chris Brown right now that paid $1,100 for the meet and greet Sunday is Father's Day. You can't tell me that they bought their father something that's $1,100. They went right to Ross. They got that man an Apple charger, some socks, and a arthritis hand sponge. Yeah. And a gift certificate to Ruby Tuesdays. They ain't spend no $1,100 on their daddy. Their daddy's gonna be the only one that's upset about that money. It ain't no Chris Brown thing. It ain't no Chris Brown thing. It's the $1,100 you wouldn't spend it on your daddy. And the $1,100 you wouldn't spend it on your man. That's why these dudes are catching chips. You gotta understand what I'm saying. I don't need you to listen to react. I need you to listen to understand what I'm telling you. The $1,100 is the issue. It's not Chris Brown. Because guess what? If Chris Brown gets you and says, yeah, come here, man, slob me up, and you do it, guess what? He's just the second to do it. He ain't the first. He's the second to do it. Okay, cool. If Chris Brown say, hey, bend over, pull your pants down, let me do what I do, he's just going to be the second to do it. If that's a trophy in that, then so be it. The issue is the money. Because how can a man that you don't know or never met before get $1,100 out of you, but for my birthday, you got me some $150 AirPods and a card. You got me some Air Max and a card. And I've been with you for 8 years. Stop me when I stop making sense. Stop me when I stop making sense. Again, don't listen to me to react. Listen to me to understand. This is where the issues are coming from. A lot of women like to shop, Amazon, this, that, and other, so they fiscally irresponsible at times. But it's cool because y'all go 50-50 and a lot of ground can get covered in that, in that collaboration as far as bills being paid. But if it comes to the point where the person that takes care of you and lives with you, you don't treat like you treat Chris Brown, or your father don't get treated like how you treat Chris Brown, there's an issue. And it's nothing to be talked about. Bruh's getting up out of here and he's going to find somebody just for him. While you over listening to Chris Brown. I'm just saying we got to make it make sense. You know, I snapped on that. I don't care what nobody talking about. I snapped on that one. That was fire. I snapped. Because listen, and I'm closing on this. It ain't about Chris Brown. It's about what you willing to do for Chris Brown that you wouldn't do for somebody who's done way more than Chris Brown done for you. On that note, let's get up out of here, man. Let's get up out of here, man. With a little bit of bars from this guy, Ryan Davis, man. Shout out to Ryan Davis, man. Before I play some music to play us out, I just want y'all to hear these bars.
The only nigga on these teams?
They know that.
Was Jordan the only nigga on these teams? Was Phil Jackson not the coach? Michael Jordan won 6 rings. No one pays attention to the formula that it took for him to win. He never even sniffed a championship without Phil Jackson. Never even made it to the finals without Phil Jackson or Scottie Pippen. Why is he so great? LeBron went to 9 finals in 10 years with several different lineups. No repeat player, no repeat coach during that span. Sounds like one person is really responsible for the success of whatever team they're on, and another person had a good run with the same niggas. What an awesome team that was.
Shout out to Ryan Davis. That was a hellified way to articulate a point. He snapped with that one. He snapped with that one. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Yeah. Hey, man, you already know what it is, man. I appreciate everybody, man, rocking with me tonight after the hiatus, man, the vacay. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 46 of the Areola Rollercoaster podcast, man. It is a pleasure for me to do this with y'all, man. I swear to God, I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I mean? I also need y'all, if you got SiriusXM radio, man, just keep your eyes peeled for your boy, man. Take a snapshot of the radio, man. Send me a DM me a picture on the gram, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that rock with me, man, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all, man. It ain't gonna do nothing but get greater. You know, I don't never stop working, man. And, you know, we just get greater. You dig? On that note, I think we're gonna go out with a little bit of bars, man. Craig Machiavelli said peace. Young Steezy, he stay in the streets. And I ain't talking about the ones in the hood. I'm talking about comedy. It's all good. They forget that I flow. Young Steezy, get a drink from the stove. And I ain't talking about the alcoholic one. I'm talking about me and I got a dunkaholic son. On the court, the beat skip. Of course, I am doing things like Michael Rappaport in a young movie in a jacuzzi. Get a young bitch, she soothe me, it's groovy. Understand me, I am woozy. That means I'm dizzy. Get busy. Young Steezy swerving through the city. Maybe on 26s. Oh, they try to stop it. They hated on me, man. They hated on me, man. But it's all good, man.
Oh my God.
I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, man, check us out. If you're listening, man, this will be on the DSPs, man, you know, immediately after the episode, man. So, you know, to everybody that's making it through the audio part listening to this, man, I appreciate y'all too. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the show is just growing more and more that we do it, man. So, follow me on Instagram, man, RealStarks27 on Instagram and Twitter. And make sure y'all, you know, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Starks TV. Uploading content, getting busy, man. We making it do what it do. And if you're not messing with the comedian Larry Starks Facebook page, you missing out because everything I'm placing over there is almost going viral. So, you know, it's a lot of politicking going over there with people from all over the world, man. So, you know, we're gonna make it do what it do. We winning out here, man. And I see y'all on SiriusXM, man. You know what I'm saying? With these jokes hitting the mainstream, man. We really doing it, you heard?
Let's get